This is Kliptown, a slum in a country recently ranked by the World Bank as the second largest economy on its continent. A newly industrialized country ranked as the 34th richest in the world. We are talking about South Africa. And this is Kliptown, a slum in the oldest residential district of the Soweto Township. Just about 15 miles from the large, sprawling, industrialized city of Johannesburg, you can find tens of thousands of people living in squalid conditions.
The toilet system, the sanitation. Sanitation is very poor in the community here, and also the filthiness, like I was saying earlier on. Checking all the water that is going through here. This is dirty water. This is dirt. There are situations where I would find children playing. You know how our kids, pick up an object inside this. Where does it go?
In their mouth.
In their mouth. And then tomorrow they develop diseases, sicknesses, and people will tell you it's part of life. I don't believe it's part of life is to clean the area.
Yes.
This is the old toilet system. Spego, old toilet system, where they used to put buckets early hours in the morning when we wake up, say around 3 a.m. or so, and then all what you do is just to clean your toilet and empty bucket. But after the release of Dr. Mandela, our freedom from bed to west, from here to here. So if you check what the foundation is, it's not even solid, If you check, there's padlocks on the door, which goes out to say some kids hardly have access to go in the bathroom. So kids would help themselves anywhere, and that actually is not hygienic at all. They need to learn at a very early age how to use a bathroom, because their parents tomorrow, they'll be having responsibilities. And then this one unit like this is shared by about close to 4 or 5 families that share per unit.
So where does this go? In the ground?
Behind there's a big drum. So there's a truck that would normally come and drain. But it's not even drained regularly. When they drain, they come anytime. Sometimes people are enjoying their lunch. The whole community would smell, all those kind of things. And then people keep on saying it's part of life. But as long as I'm still in this community, I'm going to fight to make sure that these kids deserve the best and they get the best.
Once there was a lot of hope for the development of Kliptown. The district hosted the 1955 Congress of the People. Thousands came from across South Africa as the African National, South African Indians, and Colored People's Congresses united to fight apartheid. The Freedom Charter was signed here in the presence of freedom fighters Nelson Mandela and Walter Sisulu. Since that time, and since the end of apartheid in 1994, residents say a lot of promises have been made, but progress has been fleeting.
Na umnumzana uMandela yena igama lakhe lithe iKliptown izawakhelwa qala. Amanzi itepe 1 isherwa more than 200 yabantu. Beka lapha sigibele khona manje lapha khona. Lo muzi wonke lo lapha phansi kuya le emhlangeni. Kuya le eRoma. Laba bantu bonke bakha amanzi la. So makuyi weekend kuyenziwa nema washing lapha uzawuma 2 hours umele ukukha amanzi. Kodwa ichata ethe sizawuba namanzi, sizawuba ne-electricity, sizawuba nezinto. Izizwe ubuhlungu kabi le nto.
As a matter of fact, since the former farm area became a squatter camp in 1903, little has changed.
Ngayibeka kanjalo ukuthi lena kwakuyibetrayal indlela ukuthi at least sikholelwe kuko. Nangalama vote we-94 sibona ukuthi hayi lapha besivotela nje okuhlala khona lapha emkhukhwini. Abangakhulumi nge-freedom charter. Baze nenye ingqondo ngoba i-freedom charter ibahlukile. Bahlulekile kule nto elapha ku-freedom charter.
Dozens of families use the same water pump, and if someone is washing clothes, it can mean a long wait. Trash pickup is scarce, and waste removal is not as frequent as it should be. It's beyond comprehension for many people. Lack of sanitation, leaking roofs, and dirt roads make difficult living conditions. But the most dangerous of all is the rigged electricity. Not far from one of the largest and most modern cities in the world, people are dying as they try to turn on the lights.
So, yeah, solar, I prefer solar, and I'm encouraging people to really go for solar. Because we've lost so many lives because of electricity, legal connections, and especially kids who become victims. Because you'll see as we walk, there are wires running on the street, there are kids with barefoot, there are wires just running around everywhere.
This is what can happen when illegal electricity causes a power surge. This house is in Soweto and had legal power, but with illegal electricity hooked up nearby, a power surge ran through the area, and this house took the brunt of it. Some have lived in Kliptown their entire lives and others for generations. Unemployment is the highest in the nation. With no schools, there was not a single field for the children to go and play. And that's why one man decided to take matters into his own hands and wait no more. Bob Namange, or Brother Bob as he is called, started Kliptown Children and Youth Club in 1986. He changed it to Sky for Soweto Kliptown Youth in 1987. Born and orphaned in Kliptown, the head nurse of the orphanage ended up adopting him.
Firstly, I was adopted to be here in Kliptown by a beautiful, powerful woman called Mama Eva. Mama Eva was a nurse and a midwife at the same time here in Kliptown, the same yard here in the main house. She used to work with Mama Busi as nurses. So yeah, after losing both my parents at a very early age, and one lived also in the streets for 2.5 years, and Mama Eva came as a good Samaritan. She adopted me, and that's how I came to live in Kliptown. So around 1985, that's when I started getting involved with the youth, not realizing it was a calling. 86, that's when I started KCYC, Kliptown Children and Youth Club, which is more like an after-school program. And then 1987, I founded Soweto Kliptown Youth Sky by God's grace. And, it was, for me, the inspiration was drawn from my pain, from my hardship, from my suffering, from my tears. I've always been one young man. I never wanted to mourn, to grieve, to cry, to point fingers, excuses. I always felt God is so good to me. Your hand was always on me, even in the street. Here I am right now, through you, through your grace. What can I do for you? And that's when I started. And for me, I've learned quite a lot that living for myself is just living in vain.
As an adult, Brother Bob took over the orphanage. Today it is the home of Sky. Brother Bob has expanded it to serve hundreds of children in the community.
You see the albino guy who's the light one in complexion with a white cap? I brought him up while he was still very young. And I've traveled a lot with him, Australia, United States, France, everywhere. I mean, they are also blessed, these young people, for the fact that they were able to travel and see the world outside. Especially young people, I'm more passionate of young. That's why I was saying to him that you got an opportunity to come here, open your eyes to see, don't just look, so that your experience, you go back, you share it, know, so that you have, it's a different world. Then you get to understand, to explain to those young people out there, this is not what Tele-Live Vision is showing them, this is the reality, this is the true experience. And man, I'm happy for you, because it's more than a PlayStation, it's more than, all these other things, it's you, you belong here. This is you, these are your roots. Go out there, spread the word. And whatever blessings that you have next time in future, you're still young. You come back, you plow back too, and let Africa grow. Africa must unite, like Bob Marley said. Africa must really unite. I mean, it's shocking today. You can still find police shooting black young people. It's now, this time, it's not worth it, Not at all. Please just continue.
At Sky, there are about 40 children who actually live at the center. They have renovated dormitories with real shower bathrooms. And the administrators there are very proud that everything is ran on solar power. Sky also feeds children in the community. With the help of the NBA, they no longer have to cook outside. Led by former NBA basketball player and Congolese native Dikembe Mutombo, they have a fully equipped kitchen. Pussy, one of the leaders and mother of the Sky program, says it has made cooking much easier.
I'm saying it openly.
Yes.
We have got this kitchen by NBA, National Basketball Association.
All right.
The other people who have built is us this kitchen.
Yeah, you
We
built it.
used to cook outside. With God's grace, I've said, come on, boys, come back to our country. We love it.
Yes.
This is the kitchen. Check the pots, as I've said, how beautiful they are.
Brother Bob says they can make what seems like a little money for some people go a long way here.
NBA gave me some money, and it was little money. I mean, NBA, 3 players who donated their money, and then I built the learning center, the kitchen, and the dining hall. Then the following year, when NBA came, they were all surprised to say, but we gave you so little, we never expected something huge. Like I was like, this is one way of showing you that some of us are desperate, and I might not have money, but I have a vision which will benefit our children.
What Sky offers the children of Kliptown is making a difference. Not only meals and food to eat, but a safe place to play and ample place to study with donated books. And Brother Bob doesn't plan on stopping there.
Bringing all of you here, I know you didn't just come here as visitors. You're not visitors, That's why I'm not formal. I'm just myself like this because brothers and sisters, Africa, we got to work so that these kids tomorrow take their pride. And that's it. In this library here, I met some people from the United States. I'm not very good in names. This pastor who was touched by the library, and I told him my story, like, look, pastor, at the end of the day, what I can give to this community, I'm sick and tired of giving them food all the time. This is the best kitchen. If you can help me to renovate this library, and I want to turn it into a public library. You can't deny people education. People like you, Victor, you always donate good books. And then that's the gift I want to give to Kliptown.
With a small government contract, he has been able to get equipment and employs locals to sew uniforms for children to go to school outside of Kliptown.
And I want it to be done by local people to take the pride and ownership. Nobody should come from somewhere and do it for them. So those are some of the things that I really want to see myself achieving, especially this year, to say, let's read. If they spend more time in a conducive, beautiful library, I'm sure then we're getting somewhere.
You can't talk about Kliptown or Soweto Kliptown youth without talking about the arts. Their artistic expression of the world in which they live in has manifested itself in many forms of talent. Music is in the blood, the lifeline of Sky. The children keep their Zulu heritage and centuries-old traditional dance and drums. The girls perform many types of tribal dance, and drums are an integral part of it.
What type of dance will you be doing today? What?
Zulu dance.
Zulu?
Yeah.
Okay, welcome to Sky, and these young people are going to render a performance as a token of saying thank you to all of you. Hopefully you enjoy it. Feel free to take pictures. Okay, what you give?
It's what you get.
You don't give?
You don't get.
2 heads?
I better
Self-pity?
It's our most dangerous feeling.
If you do something positive in life and you don't have confidence?
We have certificates.
But if you have confidence?
You have already won the battle before you even fight.
You have already won the battle before you even fight.
formed the gumboot dance, a decades-old dance that originated out of the mines of Johannesburg. Although a lively form of entertainment known around the world as uniquely South African, it was born out of pain and suffering. At the height of apartheid, the oppressive South African mining system caused miners to develop a form of Morse code, as they were beaten if they spoke to one another. The miners began slapping their boots, stomping their feet, and rattling their chains to communicate with one another. The naive mine bosses began to like and allow the rhythmic sounds. Eventually, songs were added to it, even though the miners were still singing bad things about the bosses in their native tongue. It eventually became entertainment as the miners started entertaining each other and the mining companies started using them to entertain visitors and compete against each other. Traditional music, modern rap, and growing up in Kliptown is all part of the music of recording artist Martin Makukune.
We expose the kids, because now studio time is very expensive. So with these facilities here and these creative kids, all of them, they get a chance to shine, and at least you get them to go out there, see the world and expose them, and also give them confidence.
Martin tells the story of daily struggle through his music. An ode to Marvin Gaye's social conscious song, What's Going On, Martin has his own rap version. As a matter of fact, throughout Kliptown, there are many signs where poverty meets artistry. Beautiful portraits and paintings like these of Brother Bob and his adopted mother line the walls of Sky. Throughout the community, there are many artists who make paintings such as these and sell them in the city to sustain themselves and the Sky program.
We let this legacy live on and bring back the dignity of a black man and a black woman to say we can, whilst other people say we can't. It's possible whilst others are saying it's impossible. We've made something out of nothing. We've been given, we're intelligent, we're capable, we have everything. But it's gonna take time though, but we'll get there where our people will understand finally that people like Martin Luther King were here for a reason, Marcus Garvey here for a reason, the Bob Marleys, the Mother Teresa's, look at Oprah Winfrey today. People can understand where she's coming from. It wasn't easy, but worth it at the end of the day.
Hello people, my name is Lunga. I'm also a resident here in Sky Foundation. This is where I grew up. This is where I learned lots of things, different types of things in life. But the most significant thing and substantial is education. This is where I grew up. This is where I met someone special. It's called Brother Bob. I can say that's my mentor because in life you need a mentor, because the mentor helps you to fill in the gaps of your knowledge. So by working with Brother Bob, I have learned so many things, and I have actually grown from being with Brother Bob. I just want to share a story. It's of a story of Mother Teresa. One day Mother Teresa was walking down the sea, and when Mother Teresa was walking down the sea, there were starfish outside the sea. So during that time, or during the process when Mother Teresa was walking there, it was this young man who saw Mother Teresa walking there. Then Mother Teresa started to take the starfish one by one and pick them up and throwing them back to the sea. And this young man came to Mother Teresa and asked, why are you throwing those starfish back to the sea? And Mother Teresa said that in every starfish that I throw back to the sea, I'm saving life. So the motive behind the story is that for me here, the visionary of this place, which is Brother Bob, is actually saving lives of so many people, because Sky have 28 years of existence, and for me Sky, it's very fruitful, it's very fertile, it's the most significant place I've ever been in this whole country, which is South Africa.
Creative artistic expression screaming from the depths of their soul. This young man calls himself the Lost Poet, and he has a lot to say.
Yeah, my name is Lutolo, also known as Lost Poet. I'm an actor, I'm a poet, I'm an events coordinator. I live in Kliptown, Sky. I was introduced here by Brother Bob and he gave me a shelter. Originally, I'm from Port Elizabeth in the Eastern Cape. I came here to search my dreams, and here I am today. The title of the poem I want to recite now is My Soulmate. It goes something like, she's a poem recited over hip-hop and soul dreams. Beats become silent, overshadowed by her voice when she speaks. The sound of guitar strings like poetry address the universe. Blinded by her ignorance and proud of her voice is the nation. August the 14th, the morning smelling the taste of caffeine. Setswana ancestors gathered a ceremony for the birth of a black queen, a poet, a singer, but most of all an African princess that now she has been. Greetings, my sister. I give thanks and praises to Almighty God for bringing this world for your family's heart to be filled with joy. You're my phone scripts, my thoughts and feelings by negative debate. All scriptures were found in the revelations talk by my coming soulmate. My soul rewind, you redefine this new me that your past has brought this change in my life. She has never stopped believing in living and leaving lost hopes wrapped around dreams like suicide ropes. I'm loving her divine image of long skirts like garment worn by Christian popes. The afro gapping between her teeth and skin kissed by the sun, so smooth like it's been washed by ham natural soaps. She got all the conscious features, obedient like all God's creatures. Mother Nature has given her all the riches, the respect, kindness, and loving human being. The outspoken, open-minded woman can beautifully sing. One of these days, her being will be shining with mouth sparkling green, because marriage with her is a journey I would love to be in. She's a poem recited over hip-hop and soul dreams. Beats become silent, overshadowed by her voice, and she speak. The sound of guitar strings like poetry address the universe. Blinded by her ignorance and pride, loving her voice heals the nation.
Whether it's poetry, rap, dance, music, or paintings, if you open your eyes and ears, you can see, feel, and hear the rhythm all around you. Make no mistake about it, in a community where half of the residents are under the age of 18, the youth are the center, future, and greatest asset Kliptown has to offer. To break the cycle of poverty and see the next generation of Kliptown go from trying to survive to thriving, a lot of money, awareness, and government resources are needed. But sometimes dreams, plans, and actions begin one man at a time.
But it's never easy. But me, every time I open my eyes, I see myself living my dream. I do things that I have to do and that I want to do, not things that are instilled in me, things that I've been told to do. No one is a slave, So Bob Marley said we should emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our mind. And I'm happy today I'm here thanks to people like Bob Marley, because through music also that's how you can be liberated. You can find self. Once you find self, then be at peace with self, then you're gone, man.
Yeah.
James chapter 2 verse 14. There's nowhere else that you can have faith without action. It is by action we see someone's faith. Yeah, it's there. It's there, so says the scripture. And it also keeps on saying, if you meet a child in the street and they are hungry, begging for food, you can't just say, God bless you, and get well. Provide the necessities of life to that child. Give them bread. Then when they have bread, then you can say, God bless you. Then that's a living God who provided the bread.